Everyone, welcome back to my channel, or to my channel if you're new here. So today I'll be showing you how to make this face mask because you know we need to stay safe during this COVID-19. And the materials I used for this face mask were jeans, a needle and thread, 2 hair scrunchies, scissors, paper, and a zipper. But keep in mind the zipper is optional and I only added it because I thought it would look cool. And I'm not gonna lie, like, it looks pretty good. So if you want to see how I made this face mask, just keep on watching. But before we get into the video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on that post notification bell so you get notified every time I post a new video. Okay, like, enough of the chit chat, let's get to the video. So for the jeans material, I had this pair of jeans, but I wasn't feeling the bottom, so I cut them and then I rolled up the bottoms and turned them into a stylish capri. Ooh, we see you, shorty. Okay, next I cut out a template for my face mask and I used another face mask that I have to create the template, but this varies in size depending on the size of your face. Like, if your face is bigger, you need a bigger size. If your face is smaller, you need a smaller size. Also for mine, I realized that I could have extended the bottom to make it like curve under my chin better, but mine turned out perfectly fine and I was okay with it, so yeah. Okay, so then I went to cut out my jeans and I traced the template on the inside of the jeans and cut it out, leaving about a 1/4 inch seam allowance. I went and made 2 of these, but the second one I flipped so that I wouldn't make 2 of the same side. When I finished, my 2 pieces looked like this. After I finished that, I put those 2 to the side and I made duplicates of those, but instead of tracing it on the inside, I traced it on the outside of the jeans. When I finished, my 2 pieces looked like this. Okay, so for the front of the mask, I took the 2 pieces that I cut out and made them so their good sides are facing each other like that. Then I measured 6 centimeters from the bottom and made a dot, and then 6 centimeters from the side and made a line going straight through the middle, corresponding with the dot I just created. I then drew a vertical line like this, measuring about 0.7 millimeters on either side of the horizontal line. I then cut along this line, used pins to hold the fabric together, and then I'm going to sew along those 2 lines. But before I did that, I created 2 dots corresponding with the vertical line I created so I know where I should end my stitching. Looking back at this now, I don't think it was necessary to create those 2 dots, but at the time I was thinking that I wouldn't be able to add my zipper if I stitched it all the way down. Anyways, I finished stitching both sides of the mask, and as you can see, there's a hole in the middle where the zipper will go later. Okay, so this zipper I got from the packaging of a bed sheet, but I disinfected it and I cut it at 17 centimeters long because I want 12 centimeters of the zip to show and I had extra just in case. So I went ahead and stitched both ends of the zipper closed so the zip wouldn't fall out, so the zipper wouldn't fall off the tracks. When I finished that, I brought back out the piece of fabric that I stitched together and I created 2 slits so that flap can fold back. I took my zipper and I turned it face down, and then I stitched that part of the flap against the zipper. So I stitched right along there. When I finished that, there was like a triangular top flap on the inside of the mask, so I folded that up and I pinned it down before I would start stitching again. When I finished pinning it down, I turned the mask kind of off to the side, as you can see, and then I folded up that flap. I'll zoom in so you can see it. I folded up that flap, and what I'm going to do is sew the inside piece of the zipper to that flap right there, and I'm going to stitch right along that line, invisible line. I went ahead and stitched all the way across the front of the mask, including that triangular piece that I pinned up, and all I did was when I got to that triangular piece, I just unpinned it and held it up kind of in the formation it was kind of pinned in the first place, if that makes sense. It makes sense, like, you get what I'm trying to say here, right? Okay, as you can see, that side of the zipper is attached to the top of the mask, and I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing to the other side of the zipper and the opening, and just stitch the 2 pieces together. Keep in mind that I created flaps like that on both sides of the opening, so when I finished that, I did the same thing that I did in the beginning on the other side of the zipper and the mask opening. When I finished attaching the zipper, it looked like that, and what I'm going to do now is pinch the fabric closer into the zipper and create a stitch going over it. And I went ahead and created this stitch, making it go all around the mask opening zipper part. Okay, when I finished that, I had an extra piece of jeans fabric, and what I did was stitch it on the inside, so when I opened it, you wouldn't just see nothingness. And as you can see, the stitches were pretty big. It wasn't anything too serious, but you see it looks much better now. Against my face, you can also see that it's coming together. Period. Okay, sis, we see you. Okay, so for the back of the mask, it was pretty simple. You could have done this with both sides of the face mask if you wanted to not add the zipper. So what I did was put the two wrong sides of the jeans together and stitched along that line. Okay, for the straps for the mask, I took the two scrunchies and I wrapped them around my ears and marked where I wanted to cut them. These did end up being too big, but I didn't mind because it was easier to tie them than it was to cut them and extend them if they were too short. I didn't use the smaller scrunchies because it would be too tight. Okay, we're almost done. So for this, I took the outside piece and the inside piece of the mask and I turned them with their good sides facing each other. When I finished that, I then used safety pins to pin the two sides together. Then I took the scrunchies that I cut earlier and put one on either side of the mask like this. On the inside, between the two pieces of the fabric. Then I went ahead and stitched all the way around the mask, leaving a small opening about that size at the bottom right hand corner. Make sure that when you stitch around, you stitch right across the two pieces of scrunchie. And I know this takes longer by hand, but it's not like we're going anywhere. Like, where are you really gonna go? Tell me. These days, we have a lot of time on our hands. Okay, you see that night has fallen because the lighting has changed, but let's just say it was just before sunset I started stitching this. But anyways, so I just turned the entire mask inside out, and then you're finished. I shot this the next morning. This is what the final mask looks like. See all the stitches nice and neat. Like, oh my gosh. Ooh, pre that. Okay. It's neat. It ain't beat. Let me stop hyping myself up. Okay, anyways, see the zipper? That's how it looks. Anyways, guys, that's the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and make sure you stay safe out in these streets. And if you do go outside, you step out in style and make your own face mask. Anyways, hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye.